Good. Cool. Right, yo, what's going on, guys? Reese here from Modern Lifting, and this is going to be week 14 of the 100 push-up challenge. Finally getting around to doing it. Haven't had a very nice start to the week. I had a bit of food poisoning or something, so it's a little bit behind schedule. But we're getting started now. So in this week, you're going to need a stability ball because we're going to be doing push-ups on this, but to start off with. So if you don't have one of these, you're probably just going to have to watch right now and do the session down the gym. Now, this is great because we can actually use the gyms now, so that means these will probably be available to you somewhere. Otherwise, they're not very expensive, and they're quite handy to have for like mobilizing your thoracic spine and your shoulders and just generally bouncing around the flat. So 20 of these, and then we're going to get straight on with the other ones. We've got grasshopper push-ups. I've got my notes here prepared today. Grasshopper push-ups, pike push-ups, Spider-Man push-ups, and T push-ups. I have to check. What a nightmare. Okay, so we're going to get straight in on this. We've got 20 reps of these to start off with. I'm just going to make sure I can see what's going on over here. All right. Okay, wicked. And we're going to get started. So with stability balls, you have to kind of hold on. You can't just go straight in on the top because you'll wobble all over the place. So instead, we need to hold on to the side, and it's generally best to have your fingers pointing down like this rather than trying to have them pushed forwards because you're going to put a lot of pressure on your wrist. So we're going to go here and try and do 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, almost fell over, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, so get rid of that. I don't know if you guys noticed, but my hands almost actually slipped off while I was doing that, so you've got to be very careful with these things. I'm going to roll that out the way. Oh, it's coming back. So, first set done. So the next set, bash the camera, the next set is grasshopper push-ups. So for these, I don't know if you remember from the last push-up challenge, but with a grasshopper push-up, similar to a Spider-Man push-up, we're going to come down, we're going to rotate under our body, or if I go back here, you can probably see me a little bit better. Going to rotate under our body, like this, and push back, okay? We're going to be doing Spider-Man push-ups as well in this session. We've got these grasshopper ones first. With this rotation, we're not going to be able to, or it's going to be very difficult for us to keep our shoulders perfectly in line. So there's likely going to come down a little bit lower one side than the other. That's all right. We want to try and keep it as flat as possible, but we also want to make sure we get as big a rotation under our body as possible as well. So you've got to kind of balance the two. Okay, I'm actually just going to drop this a little bit. Probably a little bit better. Okay, 20 of these. So, in position, let me feel it forward actually. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, down we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. Perfect. Right. 40 push-ups done, almost halfway there. Next set is pike push-ups. Now, we've done pike push-ups a couple of times. They're basically a progression for handstand push-ups. They're like the first stage for handstand push-ups. They're an overhead press. You guys have probably done a bunch of these during lockdown because they got quite popular. Just make sure we're doing them right, okay? To do that, what we need to do first is take our socks off, because otherwise we'll slip all over the place. But what we want to do is get into like a downward dog and then tiptoe in a little bit so that our upper body comes over our hands. If we don't do this, we're basically going to be doing like a weird downward dog push-up and not actually loading the muscles right for an overhead press. That's quite important for progressing on beyond pike push-ups and into like more advanced handstand push-up variations or progressions. So just a thing to actually consider. All right, guys. I'm out of breath already. I should have done my workout. I haven't done it. Gymnastics, we'll call it, right? Oh, I should have got a drink as well. Never mind. Okay, so 20 pike push-ups, and that'll put us 60% of the workout. So we're just going to smash it out. So in we go. So we're going to start in a push-up, stick our bum in the air, so we come into our downward dog, and then we're going to just tiptoe to get our upper body over our hands like this. You'll see because your head's above your hands, and this is the position that we're going to start and finish in. Okay, it might vary slightly while we're doing our reps. Don't worry too much, but what we're avoiding doing is pushing back up here and then coming back, which a lot of people do, and that's just because they're not doing it like optimally. I feel like I say that a lot when I explain these push-ups. Okay, so we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, down we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, 20. Perfect. Okay, so 60 push-ups done. We have 2 more sets left. The next one is Spider-Man push-ups. So we've got Spider-Man push-ups next, and then the last set is T push-ups. And then we're done. So we can finish up then. Spider-Man push-ups is very, very similar to the grasshopper push-ups we did, except this time our knees on the outside. So we're focusing on opening our hips while we do this, while we do each rep, bringing our right knee to our right elbow. Instead of crossing under our body, we're just going to stay outside like this. Okay, super simple. I'm going to demo one for you just so you can see. And we come down in our normal push-up position, knee nice and high, up in the air like this. Okay, and it seems like it doesn't really matter, but actually focusing on opening our hip a lot does wonders for just correct muscle activation in your hips, and it helps get your core work better while we do this rep as well. It's very easy just to not worry about that so much and just turn into kind of knee to chest push-ups, which is not what we're doing right now. We're doing like an external rotation in our hip and then bringing our knee up to our elbow. Okay? Okay, 20 of these. So we've only got 2 more sets, guys, all right? So we get these done, and then we can kind of chill and do the T push-ups right at the end. It's not so difficult, okay? It's just a slog. It just takes a bit of time, that's all. Okay, so Spider-Man push-ups then. 20 of these, and 3, 2, 1, down we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 4 more, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo. That was tough. Whew. Don't get food poisoning, guys, because it just messes your whole body up. Okay, so we got 1 more set. Last set is T push-ups. With T push-ups, we basically do a regular push-up, a nice simple push-up, and then we turn into a side plank. And when we get into our side plank, we need to actually do like a little kind of side crunch, pushing our hips as high as we can towards the ceiling. I'm going to demo it quickly. We're going to come straight down, like that. Turn onto one side, hand in the air, and then we're going to push our hips up like this. Now, this isn't really mandatory, okay, but there is a benefit in actually doing this other than just having to stabilize yourself and work your core a lot more. It actually increases the range of motion a little bit, so it just makes everything work a lot harder than if you just kind of push up. And it kind of makes sure everything's being activated right, instead of what can easily happen is you get lazy getting into your plank, into your side plank. So as you get through your set, it kind of slowly gets worse and worse, which is what expected, obviously. But at making sure that we actually focus on that crunch and pushing our hip up means that we have to actually work more in the side plank than we would if we were being lazy with it. That's all. And now I have to do 20 of them. Well, you guys have to do 20 of them as well. Okay. 3 deep breaths. I know I'm rushing through these today, guys, but it's because we need to get through it, get it done. Okay. Okay, and we'll go in 3, 2, 1, and turn up, and crunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure we get that crunch. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway, 11, 12, 13, these push-ups are getting hard, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2 more, 19, and last one, 20, good crunch. Okay, blimey, that's harder than I thought. Okay, so great news, that's the last time we're gonna have to do T push-ups this year. So I'm really glad to actually kick them off and just kind of forget about them. Bad news is, pretty soon we're gonna have to do stability ball push-ups last, which I'm not looking forward to. Okay, guys, we've got to do this week's 100 push-up challenge, week 15. So I'm actually going to be doing that tomorrow, provided I don't have too much DOMs and just physically can't do that many push-ups. It's going to be at a random time, so just keep your eye out and tune in. Otherwise, I'll catch up with you then. If you haven't already, guys, you can sign up to the 100 push-up challenge at morethanlifting.com/100challenge. There's a link in the description on Instagram. There's a link in the description on YouTube as well. And there isn't one on Twitch. I'm going to put it on the Twitch channel. If you're not following me on any of those places, then just go and check it out. It's at More Than Lifting. Otherwise, guys, I'll catch up with you in the next one. See you then. Right. Whew, bed.